Peace. Dr. She in the house. Alright. Today we going in, man. We going in. Who shot President Trump? That's the question. Who shot Trump? What's going on here? Why is there so much myriad of information being passed around about it? And how can we learn from this situation? We really going. This is something we just gonna go through, man. Peace, by. This is just what I've garnered in this last few hours. I didn't want to come up half cocked, but I want to show you something. We're gonna start with Exhibit A. Check it out.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
That's a lot of gunfire. It's a lot of gunfire. Seems like small caliber because it was probably so far away. And I know that if Trump got hit with a heavy caliber, even across the ear, it might have knocked him down. So I'm not familiar. They must have been using a small caliber bullet. Though one man, I believe, got killed. I think he was shot in the head, unfortunately. But it just goes to show, man. When they don't get their way, they get violent. And they're talking about stop political violence. They've been politically attacking Trump since 26 he was elected. When they called Hillary Clinton, called everybody that voted for Trump a deplorable. They've been literally attacking this man politically. Violence is not always physical. Violence can be accusations. It can be wordplay. You know, come on, they attack him constantly. So all these people, Trump and all these Biden and Obama talking about, and these people talking about, we must be abhor political violence. They are active participants in political violence. That's what Democrats and Republicans are about. Political violence. All right? They don't always end up in shooting, but it's violent nonetheless. All right? Now, everybody ain't seeing the same thing. So, let me look at my man here. Peace. Now, looking at this video, if I'm looking for suspicious activity, check this out. Check this out right here. Shots rang out, right? Shots rang out. 3 shots rang out in Dallas. Check it out. So everybody's moving, right? I'm looking for who's not moving. Why is this dude over here standing up? Why is he standing up? Everybody else is down. This guy's on the move. He's standing up during the shooting. He's still standing up. They shot again. He's still standing up. Who is this guy? That's what I want to know. Watch it.
Really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
See what I'm saying? They shot 2 times. This guy right here never moved. He stood up the whole time. That's highly unusual. highly unusual. Now the question becomes, how did they get so close? How did a gun get in there on a roof so close yet so far and nobody noticed it? You know what? People did notice it. Check this out.
Job, I wouldn't even be doing this. I could get some beautiful places, the gorgeous ocean, the Mediterranean.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look. There he is.
Because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
Right on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went right on the roof with that.
See that? Everybody with a little camera phone can see what the hell's going on. But Secret Service, FBI, local police missed the whole boat, supposedly. So they either are actively participating or inept. You're either actively participating in the attempt or you're utterly inept. Peace.
And watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes?
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes?
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? This is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
And peace, just so you know, when it comes to a lot of these assassination attempts, sometimes the first witness is the fake out. He's part of the operation. He's the fake out. Sometimes the first witness, the best witness, quote unquote. Now, some of the terminology he's using is bringing a couple of red flags up for me. But watch this guy. Watch this guy. Because I'm looking for other witnesses, and I've seen a few, but this is the one that they really go with, Ginger Man here. So that's something to keep an eye, because sometimes the cover story is given by the man on the scene, the witness on the scene. Right, if you go to JFK assassination, a lot of that was going on too. Certain witnesses were given priority over other witnesses. The same thing in the Kennedy assassination and the Martin Luther King assassination. Certain witnesses are given priority over others. Some witnesses are never ever questioned at all. Ever. Think about that. Now, right here we have the scene of the crime. As you can see, where Trump is at, where the snipers are at, Secret Service snipers at, and where the guy is supposed to be at, all the way over here. This is where Crooks is supposed to be at. The snipers were here. Now they said he was obstructed from the snipers by a tree. That's what they tried to say. Now it's kind of hard to tell because they got this text over here, but it looks almost like a clear line of sight from here to here. But of course, this is a 2D image, so it's kind of hard to tell. All right. So, but it's possible that there was a tree, but they don't show a tree in the way from the snipers here to Crooks. Now, Crooks' line of sight is going to the stage. Now, at first, I wasn't sure if he was shooting from the side or the front, but it looks like he's shooting at a diagonal. He's shooting at an angle. So the turn of a man's head can determine whether his head is blown off or not from certain angles. Let's talk about Mr. Crooks. Supposedly this 20-year-old man was able to crawl up onto the roof with a rifle, unseen by how many different government agencies were supposed to be at this event. All right, 20-year-old registered Republican. He's supposed to have fired 5 to 7 shots during the outdoor rally in Butler. Looks like this. Now the issue is Mr. Crooks did not have any ID. They said they ID'd Mr. Crooks through his DNA. The problem is the FBI has a DNA database of about... Okay, let's go back. They said they identified him through his DNA. They said he has no criminal history or criminal background. If they got the DNA from him, how did they match it to his ID if he's not a criminal? Because it's mostly criminals. You have to have a felony in most states to get your DNA put into that database. All right. But the secret might be they have been harvesting DNA from people, or he's a patsy. Because if you only got 21 million people in your DNA database, that's like 7% of the population, and most of them will come from criminal records. This man has no criminal records. How'd you ID him without any ID? Unless somebody knew him. Know what I'm saying? Yes, you have the quick DNA scan. You can scan DNA to match, but so what if there's nothing to match to? You got to have information to match the DNA to in order to pop an ID out of them. So either the FBI has been harvesting DNA at a much greater scale than they've been talking about, or something is fishy here. All right. I think something is fishy. But I believe that the FBI is also harvesting DNA at a greater rate than they're telling people. All right. All right. Yeah, so Crooks, blah, 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 blah. They don't know nothing about him, man. They don't even know nothing about him. Come to find out, dude was in one of these Black Rock commercials, which was really weird because he's supposed to be a loner and bullied. You know, they do all this shit. It's like it's always a lone nut assassin. It's like, come on, bro. That's getting tiresome. All right. The lone nut assassin theory. The shooter was killed by a Secret Service sniper who fired several shots from an elevated position outside the rally venue, according to the agency. The shooter was an analysis of the Associated Press and more than a dozen videos and photos of the rally, as well as satellite imagery, reveals that the gunman got alarmingly close to the stage where Trump was speaking. Now they're saying he was not, first of all, it was AR like, and now it's an AR-15. According to two law enforcement officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity, the Secret Service counter sniper team, assault team, was present at the rally. Now, I got some account from one of the snipers that said they had the perpetrator in sight, but were waiting for clearance to take him out. So they want him to shoot first to have probable cause to take him out. So, what does all this mean? Fam, I told you some time ago, it's not about Trump. If you look at Trump's presidency, he was very malleable. He did everything that the state wanted him to do. He pretty much did. Alright? He pretty much did everything the state wanted to do. Except he pushed back on the car shit, on the EV thing, and some things, and the oil thing. He pushed back on those things. Alright? But that was enough for them to be angry with him. But it's also not about him, like I said. It's about you. It's not that they don't like, it's not the Trump problem. It's a populism problem. The elites hate populism. I'm telling you, the elites hate populism. It's the antithesis to everything they want to do to control people. Of course, you know why? They can buy you. They can pay you off. They can buy things. They can do all that stuff, but they will never be liked. They'll never be liked. They'll never be clamored for. The populace is something that comes from the people. All right? It comes from the urges of the people. So Trump has managed to, because trust me, the Republicans don't like Trump any more than the Democrats do. But they have no candidates of any type of personality. They're also dry and pragmatic that they do not appeal to the masses of the people. Trump is like an old school candidate. Yeah, he be lying his ass off, but he's sincere about it. If you know what I'm saying, politics used to be different. Politics used to be glad handing, kissing babies, personality, gregariousness, promises. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for the small guy. This was what politics used to be like in this country. They abandoned that type of methodology years ago. So here comes a guy with that old technique. He's still a politician. But it's like a breath of fresh air to the people. And it stirs up something in the people for the idea that they might want to take control of this shit. You know what I'm saying? We might want to take control of this shit. And that Trump populism, that shit affected the whole country, man. It affected the governor. In New Jersey, McGreevey damn near lost to this guy. I don't even know what he do. I don't know what he, a bricklayer? I don't know what the fuck he was. He came from nowhere and damn near kicked the sitting governor out of office. Populism does that. That upsets the apple cart. They don't want to upset the apple cart. And when they shit get messed up, they will shoot some bullets at you. They will shoot to kill. All right? Kennedy, Malcolm, Martin, Kennedy again, Colonel. They've been they shot their way from they murdered their way from 1950 to 1981 when they shot Reagan. Murders and shooting. All right, look at the history. So this can be the beginning of another crazy period of a bunch of knockoffs, or it could be beginning of something better. We gonna see. But the key is, yo, you got to get away from these pragmatic Democrats and Republicans. If you're gonna vote, you're gonna have to vote populist. All right. Vote populist. Stop voting for millionaire and billionaires to rule over you. Cannot identify with you. A billionaire cannot identify with you. They don't know what it's like to take the fucking garbage out. Get a parking ticket for off to the side of the street, off the side of the street parking ticket. They don't know about shit like that. Got to take their stuff down to the dump themselves. Come on, man. They can't identify with you. All right, that's why Hillary called you deplorables. All right, so remember, it's not Trump, it's populism. Look it up. I got a whole article on it. Yo, I gotta pull this article out. I don't forget what magazine. It tells you how we hate populism. It's about the elites talking about populism, bro. That is what's going on here. That's what's going on. That's what all the murdering is about. That's what the shooting's about. That's what the court cases is about. To stop you from realizing that Trump don't have the power. You have the power, and you outnumber them. Literally. How many billionaires in the United States of America? How many taxi drivers in the United States of America? How many truck drivers? All right, you know how many more truck drivers they are than billionaires? These truck drivers have beat the shit out of a bunch of billionaires. Know what I'm saying, friend? Think about it. Think about it. Populism. That's the problem. And that's the solution. If America wants a solution. If America wants a solution. Or they can stay on this boat of moral decay that they're flying down to. And just do what every empire did. End in disgrace, in ruin, and destroyed by their borders overrun. It's your choice. The borders are already being overrun. Peace.